This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. It's the information age. That means we have more information than ever before, plus we have terabyte disk drives, which means we can keep more information than ever before. But keeping it isn't enough. We have to get it back when we need it. Listener Deborah writes in, how do I archive information so I can remember it even exists? I often save data files that might be helpful, articles that are examples of a specific concept, or email that I archive to use later. But then, it's out of my mind when I actually need it. I don't want to troll these file folders or tags in the hope that there might be something helpful. Help, what do I do? Deborah, the short answer is that you move to the Australian outback and spend the rest of your life living blissfully with nature after being adopted by a mob of kangaroos and raised as one of their own. Voila! No longer will you need to worry about files, terabyte disk drives, or retrieving information. Your only problem, solved easily with a quick field trip back to civilization, will be the occasional case of the fleas. By its very nature, random information is hard to remember. It's random. If it were neatly ordered, we wouldn't call it random. Where else do we have a large collection of random information with no real order to it? That would be the internet. And fortunately, we can use the same solution the internet uses to find stuff. Search. Use a free-form text search tool. Start by putting all of your reference data into a free-form text tool that lets you search all of your notes quickly for any text. If you have a smartphone or iPad, choose a tool that makes it easy to access your notes on all of your devices. If you use a Mac, as of the latest OS X updates, Apple Notes does fit the bill quite nicely, and it also lets you create notes with pictures and formatted text. If you use both Mac and Windows, check out SimpleNote at simplenote.com. SimpleNote provides a web interface, a great desktop app, and apps for various smartphones. It's text only, though it does keep historical versions of your notes if you edit them, and it provides support for Markdown formatting. You can learn more about Markdown formatting from the link in this episode's transcript. I tend to avoid tools that are overly complicated like Evernote. You might want to keep the kind of reference material you're talking about for years or decades. The simpler your tool and the simpler the file format, the more likely that it will stay usable over the years. Store reference material directly. Whenever you find information you want to store, cut and paste it or type it into a note. If you use SimpleNote and you want to turn a web page into Markdown, you can use the amazing site Heck Yes Markdown at heckyesmarkdown.com. You can quickly create a bookmark that, when you select it, turns whatever web page you're currently viewing into a Markdown equivalent, and then you just cut and paste that Markdown into a normal text note. Not only can you save web pages this way, but of course you can save any notes, like birthday gift lists for your favorite relatives and friends. When you're at the mall and little Blake goes wild over a chiffon tutu and a fire truck, you just pop those into your note titled Birthday List Blake. When birthday time rolls around, a quick search for Birthday Blake brings the list right up, and pretty soon Blake is pirouetting through the neighborhood dressed as a ballet dancing firefighter. Now, should this become a permanent career choice, I strongly recommend taffeta in place of chiffon. It's much less flammable. Insert keywords for retrieval. When you create a note, give some thought as to all the ways you might retrieve it. You can create conventions where you use similar titles for similar notes. In my system, birthday list notes are always titled Birthday List and then the person's name. Lists of keyboard shortcuts for my favorite software are called Reference and then the name of the program. Game hints are called Hints and the name of the game, and so on. You can also include a list of keywords inside a note that name all the ways you might possibly want to retrieve a note. A note that contains instructions for sequencing your DNA to create a race of superbeings might include keywords like DNA, sequencing, genetics, superbeings, eugenics, and master race. And then, when it's time to begin your dastardly plans, a simple search for superbeings will pull the note right up. Store citations by reference. If you want to store long articles, research papers, or files that aren't text, don't store them directly. Instead, treat your notes like a library card catalog. If you're under 30, you will have no idea what I'm talking about. When you read that wonderful article about dominance hierarchies in kangaroo culture and their expression through nose rubbing, very important for your future life, save the document in a folder on your hard drive called Reference Folder. Then create a note titled Traditional Greetings in Kangaroo Culture. In the body of the note, just type See Reference Document and give the name of the document. Remember to include a list of keywords like kangaroo, greetings, anthropology, culture, pouch, and nose rubbing, so the note will show up if you search for any of those terms. When you retrieve the note, you know right where to go on your hard drive to find the file. Transcribe book notes into your system. When you read a book and take extensive notes on it as part of your learning process, you do take handwritten notes as you read to increase retention, right? Transcribe your written notes into a text note titled Book Notes and the name of the book, for future reference, of course. Not only will this give you an extra chance to review the material, but you'll be able to find it quickly when you need it in the future. Sometimes we just know we'll want to get back to information that comes into our lives. Type that information into notes in a tool that does a quick, full-text search on all your notes. Include keywords based on how you think you'll retrieve the note, and for documents that can't be pasted directly into a note, keep a special reference folder on your hard drive and create a note that reminds you where in your reference folder to find the information. This is Steve Robbins. Email questions to getitdone@quickanddirtytips.com. I run webinars and other programs to help people be extraordinarily productive and build extraordinary careers. If you want announcements of upcoming webinars, visit steverrobbins.com/subscribe. That's STEVERROBBINS.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.